Tonight, it's a real Wonder Woman, entrepreneur, TV personality, fashion expert, and of course, commander of the British Empire. I'm joined by Tessa Hartmann. Tessa, welcome to Mark Dolan tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let's start right back at the beginning. And let's not go too far back. You can tell us about your childhood if you want. But then getting into business and having that mentality. In fact, earlier on, we were just talking about work ethic. Does that sew into the reason that you're different?
Well, I 100%. You know, my father came from very humble roots in Glasgow, very working class, left school at 14. So I grew up with a man who built a business and had the most incredible work ethic. And I think, you know, I've got 4 children now, and if there's anything I try to teach them, it's to have that hunger, that hustle, as we call it in the family. Yeah. Just to learn your craft, to work hard and to keep going. So absolutely, that's definitely, I think it's a very Scottish thing. You know, I think people that come from the regions always have to hustle harder, you know, because London is this fantastic metropolis and everything happens here and the opportunities are great. And sometimes there's not so many opportunities outside. So you've got to struggle and hustle a bit harder.
You can actually teach hustle, hunger to someone who's not hungry. Because if your backgrounds are genuinely, you know, a working class background, there will be something in there that's intangible. So trying to just pass that on to, I'm presuming your children have had quite a comfortable upbringing.
Yes.
How do you teach that same?
Well, they're very lucky. I mean, I was very lucky when, you know, my father sent me to good schools. He looked after me. He gave me, you know, I owe everything to him. But because of how hard he worked, you know, your children learn from you. They also breathe from you. They pick it up. You know, they're resilient. And so for my kids, I had them working in my office. I mean, my girls were, you know, being runners when they were from 10, 11, 12. So by the time they were 14, 15, you know, that work ethic, you know, they were working every summer holiday. They had extra jobs. They had to realise the value of money. And yes, I think you can teach that. That's at least been my husband and I's goal.
Do we need to call anyone about them being forced to work? No, I'm sure it's all above board.
No, actually, do you know, it's true, because one of the events I set up, Scottish Fashion Awards, and I came across this picture of my 2 girls on the red carpet with little lanyards and a clipboard, and they looked about 10, and I thought, gosh, that is quite, that was maybe a little bit too young. But you know what? They are hungrier than ever. They work harder than ever. So whatever I did, it must have been all right.
Yeah. And it must have paid off in another way as well, because you end up with a CBE.
Yes.
So what was that like? How do you find out about it, and how do you feel now? Because it must mark a level of achievement where you can get to look back and go, actually, I can see what I've achieved.
I think it's probably one of the proudest moments in my life. I think the only saddest part about it was my mum wasn't alive to see it. I lost her when I was 43, and my parents were, you know, mentors and icons. But I set up the Scottish Fashion Awards. I wanted to showcase the best talent that we have in Scotland and shine a light on that in the industry and textiles manufacturing. So I've always, you know, tried to give back. And I'm so impressed by creativity and talent and actually the craftsmanship that isn't really around so often now. You know, people that actually seamstresses and to cut a pattern and to learn your trade. Kids, I think, you know, want everything to happen overnight. And I spent a long time, you know, building that brand and trying to showcase the best of what Scotland has to offer on the global marketplace. So to be recognised for that was just unbelievable. And being in Buckingham Palace, wow, you know, what's not to love? And Prince William gave me the award, and I thought to myself, wow, you know, this is our future king at some point. So yeah, it was amazing.
Make a good impression early.
Do you know, can I tell you the funniest thing? He's obviously giving out lots of awards to people every day of the week, whatever. But he leant in and he started to talk about manufacturing, lace making in Ayrshire, cashmeres and textiles in Scotland. He had a real understanding of my trade, and I was one of a very long line of people. And I thought, how incredible is that he has the retention and the memory to remember that and make me feel special, because he did make me feel special. So I have a lot of respect for that young man.
Yeah. So your career also includes some reality TV.
Yes.
Which it just seems like an odd fit. Or it does, where, from my point of view, from the outside, because you've got this industrious nature, this innovative, entrepreneurial nature, and then reality TV comes along. How does it all fit together for you?
Do you know, it's interesting. I mean, I've worked with a lot of talent within television, but I've never been, you know, in front of the camera myself. But if I could step back a little bit, I had breast cancer in 2017. And if you'd asked me to do a reality TV show before that, I would have said no. I think I overanalyzed everything. I'm in the business of branding. You know, I create brands. That's what I do, and I love it, and it fuels me. But then after, 5 years later, I'm in remission. I'm great. I feel better than ever. And this opportunity came along. And once you've been through something like that, a kind of life learning, it puts life in perspective. And actually, I thought, what an incredible experience. Why wouldn't I try that? And also, I'm a businesswoman. So actually, it gave the company great profile. And I thought, why not? Let's just live for the moment and enjoy it.
Yeah. Do you know, I noticed this in my life, in other people you speak to. We all have these things in life that make you say to yourself, oh, I should appreciate life.
Yes.
And we all kind of forget. Give it a few months, give it a few years, it wanes a little, that same passion to cling to enjoying every day. And yet you clearly did remember that and acted upon it and then went on reality TV, which really is good follow.
And it wasn't easy. It's reality TV is not a game for the faint-hearted.
Really?
But it was fun. My view is everything should be fun. You've got to have a bit of a laugh. Not take yourself too seriously. I've spent my life taking myself seriously, and this was an opportunity to just have a little bit of fun. And I did. I enjoyed it.
And then there's another link to reality TV, I suppose.
Yes.
With your daughter.
Yes.
So Tell Your Storm, your daughter, X Factor, that was the one reality TV, was it?
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
Yeah. If it's not Pop Idol, I stopped remembering the titles.
You're showing your age now, Steve.
What's your feelings of that? It must be strange, scary, seeing a child go out into a world, it's a modern-day world. The internet is scary.
Well, I wish she wouldn't show her boobs so much, but apart from that, she's probably one of the hardest working young women I know. She has learned her craft, and she works really hard, and she reads music, she writes music, she's an influencer. And I heard your panel talking about that earlier, and, that is the future. These kids have the opportunity to really further themselves with the tech that's in their hands, in their house. And so for me, I'm really proud of her. She works really hard. Both my daughters do. My sons are still studying. But I take my hat off to her. It's all about, she has absolutely got the Hartmann hustle.
Excellent. And then you're not showing the boobs because of some prudish thing or fashion, do you think?
No, actually, if I had her boobs, I would be showing them off as well. But
and what's next for you? Because I get the feeling you're not the person who ever stops.
No, I don't. And I think I'm very grateful to wake up every day and do what I love doing. I'm talking to a couple of different TV production companies about different opportunities. And I'll just see where it takes me. I'm definitely never going to stop. My husband and I are workaholics. And, our life is work and our kids. And I think if we've been together a long time now. And so, we wake up in the middle of the night and we come up with ideas and we just go do them. So, it's fun. It's never dull.
Yeah, and you're bringing things with you as well.
Well, I did. I thought, you know what, Steve? It's Easter Friday, Good Friday, and I brought you a cake.
A cake?
I have to tell you, it's blue because I picked it because of Scotland, obviously.
Cancel the rest of the show.
Cancel the rest of the talk. But I have to tell you, I went into this store today and it's probably one of the most expensive cakes I've ever bought.